In the gaming world, No Man's Sky is a name tossed around when referencing biggest blunders in the industry. With overpromised features and a misplaced marketing strategy during its campaign and initial release in 2016, No Man's Sky fell completely flat, not unlike the recent Cyberpunk 2077 launch. But, over the years, with free update after free update, Sean Murray and the No Man's Sky team have turned this game from a disappointing and empty exploration sim into arguably the best sci-fantasy gaming experience to ever grace this small earth. So, let's talk about the best redemption arc in video game history. I was on that ground floor when No Man's Sky released. Hyped and ready to explore the galaxies and nebulae, installing this game was one of the most anticipated and excited I felt for a game since, well, ever. Notice how I said installing this game. As I booted up No Man's Sky, the excitement just left. It was empty, lonely, and without purpose. I didn't stick around for long. Putting the game down, I just forgot about it and didn't spend a second more thinking about it for 5 years, until the most recent update, Expeditions, was released a few days ago, in April of 2021. I was immediately astounded that, to me, it had gone unnoticed how many completely free updates had been given to No Man's Sky since release, and how much the Hello Games team had knuckled down to produce the game they first intended to, with much, much more. In the blink of an eye and 40 hours into my first playthrough, every single planet I land on is completely unique, with new discoveries around every corner. I encountered a black hole. I found a massive civilization emergency pod, fought off aggressive space pirates, flew into a big-ass Death Star looking thing, found the stupidest, best ship I could have ever hoped for, dug up old bones and sold them for a big profit from an interested buyer. Well, you kinda get the idea, as I've really only scratched the surface. And the reason I know that is because of the sheer scale of this game. Zooming out on the star map while figuring out where to warp jump to, and if I have enough fuel to do so, time after time I have to take a breath. Every single dot is a star system within this galaxy, only one of 255. In fact, if you were to spend 1 second on each planet in this game, not including travel time, you would be playing the game for more than 585 billion years. By that point, you probably would have moved on to playing Call of Duty 67,100,000, but it... As I am recording this, I have to take a breath. It's just epic, in the truest sense of the word. However, in a game on such a large scale as this one, there are problems that occur. What do you actually do to fill your time? Won't it just get boring? Where is the goal? And it's true, I've heard many wary tales about the game becoming lots of the same, just with a small variation. And that is where Expedition comes in. In the Expeditions game mode, you and everyone else start on a fixed planet system or starting point in the universe from scratch and make your way along rendezvous points, completing goals and objectives in the process. It's a 2-monthly cycle of progression, not unlike other cycle-based games such as Path of Exile or Diablo 3. But most importantly, it fills that void of, what do I do? There are constant goals to move towards, and you can compare yourself against others playing. Play with your friends to find the coolest planet to build on, or who can source the best fighter ship. Turn on PvP and have some space battles, or keep it disabled for a smooth, melancholic journey through the universe. I don't use that word lightly, melancholic, and the sense of scale in this game really made me feel content sadness, the smallest dot in a big sea of other players all working towards a goal which will reset in 2 months' time. And before my emotional rambles get too out of hand, it's important to note that this is an emotional game. The beauty that you see in the stellar work on atmospheres, the sense of suspense and release through the game's absolutely perfect soundtrack and audio design, always present yet never intrusive, and dread when landing on planets where it just doesn't feel right. The rest of what I could say about this game will start to feel like an echoing chamber, but I really could keep talking. I will wind down, however, as I have much more to experience and discover in this masterpiece. But I do want to encourage you to give this game a second chance if you were put off from the initial news, or see the Steam reviews still haunting Hello Games from 2016. And, luckily for you, it is 50% off over on my Nexus store as of the release of this video. Nexus is an amazing platform that helps solo creators like myself earn a small cut from purchases of games, and the code is directly redeemable on Steam. So if I've convinced you slightly to give this game a try, consider helping me out with the Nexus link in the description, and let me know in the comments below if you do give it a try. Well, that's No Man's Sky, and that's why you should give this game a second chance. I'm going to get back to playing and experiencing. I hope you do too.